Alrighty, welcome everybody to this first episode of the Gaming Zone. And tonight we've got a special co host. His name is Ramiro, and he is here to show us a game that he's been playing for quite a while. It is called World of Tanks Blitz. So, Ramiro, welcome to the show, and take it away.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you, Danny. Thank you for the invite to be a co-host on this special episode for Gamer Zone. And we're going to start here with World of Tanks Blitz, which is both on PC and mobile devices, and also Xbox Live.
So when you say mobile devices, is it on both the Apple side as well as the Android side?
Yes, It works on Android and Apple iPads. That is the great thing about it, and it's absolutely free to play. Uh,
How about the
the graph
Mac?
on Mac, I'm pretty sure as well. The Blitz Wargaming, it's made by a company called Wargaming. They are really good when it comes to making it available for all platforms. And
Yeah.
as far as player support as well, they respond very quickly. The graphics are very awesome. Uh, it's millions of players worldwide. It is a online gaming, so you
Yeah.
play seven versus seven tanks with any random player, online.
Ah,
So,
okay.
and you can also join a clan. The typical clan is up to 50 members. I can show you a. So here is the clan that
Now, are
I'm
you
in.
streaming from your PC or are you streaming from a phone right now?
You are watching this via my iPhone now, live,
Wow.
and
From
so
your iPhone 14?
no, this is the 13 Pro Max.
Actually,
Um,
I did a review this morning with another podcaster on his 14.
uh-huh.
So,
Oh wow. Well,
yeah.
what I did notice on now that we're talking about phones and the new performance, compared to the older phones, what I did notice when I switched from the 12 Pro Max to the 13,
Uh huh.
it was on the graphics. Right now, I have it set on medium.
Yeah.
I could run it on high, but you're of course running everything on high. Your battery consumption is a lot more.
Yeah, don't
But
get
it's
brave.
it's
You
not
don't want your battery to drain in the middle of the game.
no and medium between medium and high. I mean, the graphics are so good that there's not much of a difference.
Yeah.
Um, the biggest difference from the 12 iPhone 12 Pro Max to the 13 Pro Max is here on the frames per second.
Uh huh.
Uh, the 12 only offers 60 frames per second, and on the 13, I can bump it up here to 120 FPS,
Wow.
which it does run better. But again, I think that 60 is the optimal spot, better than 30.
Yeah. Well,
So,
30 frames per second was always the minimum standard. I mean, I
mhm.
remember taking a multimedia class in the 90s, and when we did multimedia, the minimum was always 30. This was way before 4K or 2K for that matter.
Uh-huh.
But definitely
Right.
60 frames per second is something you want to achieve, especially if you're going to do 4K gaming down the road.
Yes, with 60 frames per second, you don't get any lag, especially if you're in a fast tank and you're running full speed across the map, and those seconds are very critical to be able to see where you're going and make turns very fast.
Right.
So so as I was saying regarding clans, you can join a clan. It's absolutely free,
Uh huh.
and it's up to 50 members per clan. And there's
So
you
when
can
you
do
say clan, what does that actually mean? Like all 50 play together, like in a battle, or what?
no, not in what they call a regular battle. A regular battle here, you see on my right.
Uh huh.
Uh, it is 7 versus 7. You can platoon with one of your clan members or any other random player that
Uh huh.
you can send an invite to. The only time that you can participate with 7 from your own clan is when you engage in a tournament,
Okay.
which is the tournaments are events that you have, which are, you have to set a date for it and enroll in that, which is, once you join a clan, you can get more information on the tournaments.
Okay.
So that is very it's very fun to be participate in tournaments,
Yeah.
especially with your clan mates and joining a clan, you can get to know other players and have a great time playing with them online. You can join with friends and family, that
Yeah.
are probably away from your hometown and have a good time playing online.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with a regular battle that I'm going to show a replay of a recent battle that I had that was awesome. And we recently had an event last week where you had the opportunity to get a free tier 8 premium tank.
Uh
Uh,
huh.
our tier levels when you first start is you start at tier 1 and you see the list here. You start at tier 1 there and it goes from tier 1 all the way to tier 10 and you have all your American tanks, German, uh, Soviet Union, British, et cetera, et cetera. The last one here on the right, these are the Blitz Nation tanks. These are special tanks that are created by Wargaming.
So on the American side, what type of models do you have?
On the American tanks, we see here on the tech tree, click on American tanks, and you start off here with the M2 Light, and
Okay.
you work your way up through battles. You gain free experience and credits,
Uh huh.
and you don't necessarily have to win. All you have to do is just engage in the battle and cause damage and help your team out. If you win, you get extra credits for the win.
So as you go through the
And
levels, do the tanks get better? So do you start off with the like the less powerful tank, and then as you work your way up, do you get the better tank or what?
everyone has different tier levels that they like to play at. Me
Oh,
personally, I like to play at between tier 7 and tier 6, between tier 6 and tier 8, which
okay.
would be for me uh, starting
So you
at tier
don't
6.
so you don't have to go from like tier 1 and then finish that and then go to tier 2 and then tier 3?
Y- Yes, you have to start on tier 1 on every nation, and
Uh,
and you upgrade your tank per se here. So you start off with all the level 1 stuff here to your left,
uh-huh.
and the first thing you can upgrade is your turret here that's highlighted. And then once
The
you have
turret
enough,
is the gun, right?
no, it's the turret is it's what the gun is mounted onto.
Ah, okay. Well, it's still part of the gun.
Yeah, it's part of the gun. And then the next option would be the gun.
Ah,
And you can see all the statistics there on the hit points, damage, rate of fire, the penetration values. You get more armor. And then once you fully upgrade that, then you can move on to the next tier.
all right.
and and, and so on. So my sweet spot is between tier 6 and tier 8. It's the most fun. It's a quicker pace. You have to get better at your strategy, and you have to work as a team in order to get the victory.
Yeah.
So, so last week they had a special event to where all you had to do is just win a certain, you know, 5 to 10 battles per day. It didn't matter how you won the battle; you just had to win,
Uh-huh.
and you were able to earn credits to at the end of the week to get a free tank, and it is a premium tank. Uh, these are all here. These are all your regular tech tree tanks, which you
Uh-huh.
will start with, and your premium tanks earn more credits
Okay.
than your regular tanks.
Okay.
So here is the
So
Skoda.
once you earn the premium tank, is it yours for the life of the game, or you it goes away and you have to earn another one?
Once you earn the tank or buy it with gold credits, you
Uh-huh.
can purchase gold coins to purchase tanks or other items. Once you purchase the tank, it is yours.
Okay. It's not
And
use it
what?
or lose it.
No, it's not like that. Uh,
Okay.
you use premium tanks. They're not more powerful than your regular tech tree tanks.
Uh-huh.
The game is free to play and it's also fair for everyone. Um, the only difference with premium tanks is that they are designed differently, and you can distinguish the premium tanks. You see here, I'm highlighting the blue are collector tanks,
Right.
and the tanks here with the gold symbol are all your premium tanks, and the regular tech tree tanks are they're not high, they're just highlighted with white.
Ah.
So last week's tank was the Skoda T45, and it is a tier 7. It is a tier 7 heavy premium tank. Um, very good armor profile in the front. It is very difficult for the enemy to pen it. It is kind of slow, but it reloads fast.
Yeah.
And this type of tank has a play style where your strategy is to what they call side scrape buildings. You want to hide the front of your tank up against a wall or an obstacle, and you back up at an angle like for here, and you shoot your enemy, and then you pull forward and hide the front of your tank. You take cover for say.
Yeah.
So that's what you're going to see here in this battle. That it was a very uh, for me, it's when you're in a critical battle where you're holding your ground, just the adrenaline rush that your team is winning and they can't defeat you.
Yeah.
And that my heart gets pumping, it's a very good experience.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to replays. And this was my first battle in the Skoda T45. So we're here 7 versus 7, and you can see on the top there there's four heavy tanks on the enemy team. Those are the
Uh-huh.
ones with you see the diamond shape on the top. The red diamonds are the enemy tanks, and the 3 slashes it represents a heavy tank. The 2 is a medium. The triangle are tank destroyers. So
Okay.
I'm going over here to the left side of the map, which is where the heavies go, and I'm holding down this position here. This is the side scraping technique. The couldn't pin there. And that was there's 3 types of ammunition. There's AP, which is armor piercing, which is your standard pen, standard ammo, and then your heat shell gives you more penetration, and it is like the standard ammo, but with high explosive in it. So
Okay.
that's what it stands for: high explosive anti-tank round.
So how many of those rounds do you get?
You can see there the number. I have 33 of the AP, which is your standard armor piercing,
Uh huh.
15 of the heat shells, and 9 of the high explosive round.
So how do you decide which one to use?
Well, if once you use your scope, you see whatever is highlighted red in red
Uh huh.
means that
Yeah.
you cannot pen. You can't pen, so you have to switch. There you go. Destroyed that tank.
Okay.
And you see, if you notice there, whenever he shoots my tank and it's in gray, that means that it did not pen. It did not cause
Okay.
damage. See, that was the bounce there.
All right.
So you will
So
see
when
that
in
I switch between AP and heat to see
uh
which one I can pen, which one I can pen the tank with.
so when the enemy's tank is wrapped on in red, is that a lock on target?
When I don't understand your question.
Like right now, when you saw
Okay,
the
you see,
tank, it wrapped on red.
uh-huh.
Is
When
that a
when it's
lock on
red, you
target?
no, it's not the. Well, yes, you're using the scope like right now. I'm
Yeah.
using the scope to zoom in, and you can inspect whether you can pen the tank. Everything highlighted in red, you're not going to pen it. Um,
Oh,
it does sort of lock on. There's an auto aiming feature to it,
like right there.
but you
See? Yeah.
yes, it kind of does lock on when you move. And whatever is highlighted in red, you're not going to pen. You need to switch your ammunition to something that will pen. See, I got a bounce there.
Ah, plus that's what I was doing wrong, because I
So
downloaded
there.
the game last week, and I thought
See,
that
so
the
I,
red
I
meant
had
lock.
yes. You got to shoot them where it's not highlighted red. See there, I only broke the track, but it didn't cause any damage to the tank. Now it did. So right there, I'm on AP, regular standard ammo, and I switched back to heat because I want to make sure that I cause damage. I don't want to take the chance.
Yeah.
If you notice right there, I hit the top of the turret, the cap,
Okay.
and bounce. See how difficult that can be?
Yeah.
And I ran out of heat shells, so I only have regular AP or heat shells, high explosive.
So how do
And
you
there you go.
replenish
He's
your
done.
heat shells?
Whatever you go in with the battle, that's all you have. Um,
Oh.
every tank is different to the capacity of ammunition. Most of them, most of the time, you're not going to run out. And if you do run out and your battle is still going on, then you're out of luck.
Well, that's probably happened to me last week.
But
It,
it's very difficult to do that. Being that most battles are around 2.5 minutes,
yeah.
you you will probably either win the battle or die before you run out of ammunition.
See, I guess I got kind of confused because when I saw the red lock, I thought, oh, I've got it
Uh-huh.
locked. Let me shoot. Kind of like in a fighter game, the airplane. But that's not the
Uh,
way it works here.
there has been intense battles where I do run out of ammunition if I'm using a tank that reloads very fast. But
Yeah.
there are trade-offs. Let me show you when it comes to tanks. Um, so I can click here on the diamond shape. Those are your light tanks.
Yeah.
Light tanks are very fast. They have the ability to spot tanks without you getting spotted.
Yeah.
They're more of a scout type tank. So if you like to run around the map full speed and spot for your team and maybe shoot a couple of rounds as you're zooming by them,
Yeah.
you can get a good laugh out of that, and then light tanks are for you.
So the light tank is a
Mediums,
faster tank.
it is very fast because it is a very light. You have almost no armor, so you can get
Oh.
obliterated very easily.
So if you get
Uh,
hit, more than likely you're dead.
you're dead. One shot with high explosive round, and the tank will just explode to pieces, basically.
Wow.
And with one shot from a tank destroyer, you're gone.
Wow.
And your medium tanks um, have a little bit more armor, uh, not much more, but you can get some bounces. But the medium, the lights, and the TDs usually stick together, and they will go to what you will hear sometimes people say, go towards the light side. The heavies will go to one side, and the mediums, lights, and tank destroyers are supposed to go in one pack, opposite of the heavies.
Wow.
And the that's usually how the strategy it is meant to work that way. The heavies go to the heavy side, and the rest go to the other side, and it's like you're doing one circle. You hopefully you defeat the heavies on your enemy team, and if your mediums and lights finish first, they can help support you on the heavy side, like what they call a flank. They can
Okay.
they can flank around and give support. It doesn't
Okay.
always work that way. Sometimes it's reversed. There's many there's lots of reasons why sometimes it doesn't work the way it's supposed to. There's a matchmaking process that if you're in a tier 7 tank, you can see tier 6 tanks, one under you or one above you. And with the matchmaking also is that sometimes there might be, as if you've seen in this last battle we did. Um, Let me go back to the battle. Let me. The enemy team had 4 heavy tanks, and the enemy team had 4 heavy tanks, and they had, I believe it was 2 mediums. Here, I think I can go to. So you can see there on the top, they have 4 heavy tanks, 1 medium, and 2 tank destroyers. And on my team, we only have 3 heavy tanks, 2 mediums, and 2 TDs. We have 1 extra medium, but 1 less heavy.
Wow.
Um, and in regards to tier levels, you can see the tier levels. They're in Roman numerals. Uh, you see the M6 on the top right,
Right.
starting at the bottom one. It's a tier 6 heavy, and M6 is a heavy tank. So you have 2 tier 6s, and then the rest tier 7s on the enemy team, and we have the same in regards to tier, but they have they did have an advantage because they had four heavy tanks, and we only had 3. So
Yeah.
based on the tank that I have, I know I have a lot of frontal armor, and I can side scrape on the left side up against the building. I held down that position, which gave my team time to flank around the light side, and they came to help towards the end at the in the middle of the map.
Right.
So now I have another replay. You want to do a replay, or we can do a live battle?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Whatever you want, we'd like to show.
Okay. I'm going to do a live battle, and I'm going to pick one of my favorite tanks. It is a collector tank, and this is it's a Blitz Nation Smasher. It's a tier 7 tank, but it has the cannon. You see there, very short cannon. Uh,
So, is it better to have a short cannon or a long cannon?
well, it does a lot of damage. It has the cannon of a tank destroyer,
Uh huh.
but it is mounted on a heavy tank profile, which has a pretty good amount of armor. But the damage that this tank does, it's almost double or triple compared to other of the same tier, from
Wow.
compared to any other tier 7 tank.
Wow.
So as you can see there, the top left here, um, AP does up to between 480 and 800 damage per shot.
Wow.
Uh, the best one here that I like to use is the high explosive, which can do up to 1,200 damage on one shot. But the trade-off is that the penetration value is only between 80 and 89, which is it's it's average. And what that means, you want to use your high explosive rounds on a medium, light, or a TD, and you
Mm-hmm.
can destroy them with one shot. Um, the other option would be if you're going up against a heavy, would be to use the heat shell, which is a high explosive anti-tank round.
Mm-hmm.
It has the most penetration value up. It can penetrate up to 263 millimeters of armor, and it can do up to 680 damage. So you can pretty much destroy, you can go up against any tank, even tier 8s.
Wow.
And yes, and this was a tank, it's a collector tank, that's why it's highlighted in blue. You can't buy it in the store or anything. It was a limited time offer. And sometimes it only comes out for sale during Christmas, for a week or so, and that's it. It's gone until following year.
Oh, really?
Yes. And there's all sorts of features, as you can see here, for your equipment, which is really nice to have in a game. You can select what you feel is best on based on your strategy of play.
Yeah.
Uh, Being the smasher, you want calibrated shells, which gives you a chance to it will increase your penetration values per shell, and you can see the values there, 5 to 10%, depending on what ammunition you use. So you have also your supercharger or enhanced gun lane drive. That'll decrease the aiming time after the tank has moved. I
Yeah.
prefer to use supercharged
We've got
and
a guest.
refined. Oh, hey there! Not now. You need Mabel.
I know,
Where's
right?
Mabel?
Yeah, she's not happy right now. She wants food.
Uh, so this is how I run. I run the Smasher. It's the most fun way to run it. You
Mm-hmm.
can uh, select here to increase your armor profile, enhanced armor, a toolbox to 30% to repair speed, and improved optics for your view range.
Yeah.
I don't need camouflage net because the Smasher is a heavy tank. It's meant for front line. So what you want is to increase your view range so that you
Yeah.
can see your enemy. You can spot the enemy sooner. The sooner the better. And engine accelerator optimizes your engine, and consumable delivery system allows consumables to be used more often, 50% to consumable countdown speed. So, and there's your ammunition. So as you can see here, you're only allowed to carry a total of 36.
Uh-huh.
You see there on the bottom, at the very bottom, 36 of 36. So you get to pick uh on the Smasher because I use primarily the high explosives. That's what I want to carry more of. And on average, I mean, I could leave two. So let's say I can select 18. I can carry more heat, which wouldn't
Uh-huh.
hurt. You want to carry between 8 to 12 heat shells, and then of your armor piercing, your standard ammunition, just 8. So there. So I selected that, and then since I changed my composition, I'll just click apply, and we're set to go. So this is what you have for one battle.
Uh-huh.
And once the battle is done, it will replenish. You see auto resupply at the bottom. I have that selected on the top on the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah.
So as soon as I exit out of that battle, everything will automatically replenish itself.
Okay.
And we are ready. I'm going to select a regular battle. And here we go. We are live.
All right. Let's see.
And the matchmaker is working, matching players. Please wait.
Yeah.
And it shows you how many players in queue, and it's all tiered down according to tier levels. It shows you in live how many players are in queue by tank, heavy tanks, mediums, light, and by tier level. So it's
Okay.
basically it's shuffling them together. But remember, since I'm in a tier 7, I'm not going to see a tier 10 in my you know that would be totally unfair. I would not be able to pen a tier 10 tank.
Okay.
So the enemy has 2 heavies, and we also have 2, and we have 3 TDs and 2 lights. So good luck and have fun. So I think that it would probably be best for me to go down the middle, and I'm going to load high explosive. And this is usually the area where the action is going to happen. Somebody has to get spotted here.
Yeah.
So, okay, you hear that beep sound? Somebody's been spotted. Let's see,
Yeah.
tank destroyer on the left. And most likely the enemy will follow along. There you go. There's a Tiger 1 heavy tank. I'm going to switch to...
The driver is hit. We can't go very fast.
So, he's not going to come out. So let me heal my crew. And that's a Skoda T45 right there.
Our driver
Yeah.
is dead. We can move.
That is the new tank that we got in the
Is that a
event
Russian tank?
last week. It's a European tank, and he's gone. Bye-bye. And now I have a TD behind me. And I'm gonna load HE. He has very little armor. So loading. Boom.
Enemy is hit.
That was what, 766 damage
Uh-huh.
on one shot. He's done.
Yeah.
He is gone. So there's a heavy there. Let me load the heat shell, and I can pen him right there. There you go.
Enemy armor is damaged.
631 damage.
So he's done.
Now I'm I'm waiting on a countdown so I can heal my crew members. You're only allowed to use your consumables I think it resets between 30 and 60 seconds. So there it goes, countdown. Now I can heal them. Yeah, my team member is gone. But as you see, he's the last one. I'm going to load HE. And bye-bye. There we go. We won. And
You won.
yeah, that was it's definitely new for me. I'm not used to uh you know hosting a live battle, while you're trying to focus on what's going on in the battle. That's very difficult to do.
Yeah.
But it was good because you have to focus so much on where the enemy is at. If you've seen in the battle, you have a mini map on the top left. So you have to stay with your team and
Yeah.
watch where the enemy. A lot of times the enemy, they see the smasher and they will all run the other way.
Really?
And yes, they will run away. And if that happens and they kill all of your teammates, they're going to leave you for last. And you know what's going to happen then. But my team stuck with me and we battled it out. And as you can see, I did the most damage, 2,335 damage, killed 2 tanks. And we can see here, we can look at the statistics, how many shots you fired. If you spotted, I penned 505. That's good, right? 5 for 5.
Right.
Didn't miss any shots. And if you click on efficiency, you can see what type of damage you did to the like the M41D. That is a tier 7 light tank. It is a premium, and that one shot finished him off. It wasn't a whole lot of damage. He only had 186 damage left, but it you see the little symbols there. It damaged the gun turret and the driver.
Mm.
The Skoda T45, which is that new premium tank that's out right now, everybody's using it. Just 682 damage. I shot him twice, penned both, finished him off, and it knocked out his engine. So he was stuck there. He had to waste a repair if he had one available. But like what happened to me is that they injured my crew members twice. So I had to wait 60 seconds to be able to use the injury kit, the like a first aid kit.
Yeah. Wow.
And there's the Cheeto SPG Tier 7 tank destroyer. And I hit him with the high explosive round because I automatically know that's a TD. He has no armor. No armor whatsoever. So hit him with the heat shell, 786 damage. He was done. Knocked out. It also, you see there it's highlighted in yellow. It damaged the engine. When it's in red, that means you knocked it out completely. In yellow means that it's damaged.
All right. But it can't be. If it's damaged, it's cooked, right? They can't.
If it's in yellow, it's damaged, but it's still operatable. But not. It's not. You're not going to do that well. It's gonna performance is going to go down. If it's knocked out, you have to use a repair kit if you want to be able to get out of the way. Get back into cover.
Okay. And how often can you use the repair kit?
I believe it's every 60 seconds. Let me go here. And here are your consumables that you can pick. And see there. You see there it says duration. The adrenaline, which reloads it reloads your next round faster. It increases the reloading speed by 20%, 10% to to chance of damaging enemy tank modules.
Mm-hmm.
So along with it reloading fast, you get a boost in damage, 10% more chance of damaging your enemy tank modules. It lasts for 15 seconds, and then the cooldown is 60 seconds, which is not bad. You hit your adrenaline whenever you engage the enemy. After you shoot your first round, you hit your adrenaline, take cover, reload fast, and it's like a peekaboo. You take cover, you're done reloading, you get out there and hit your next round. And you can pick any of these options. You can only take 3 into battle. So for a heavy tank, I take the multi-purpose restoration pack,
Mm-hmm.
which extinguishes fire, repairs all damage to modules, and heals all injury crew members. And that has a cooldown of 72 seconds. So it's about a minute and 12, a little over
Okay.
1 minute. And I don't need the engine power boost because I'm in a heavy tank. It's not a heavy tank is not about how fast you can go.
Mm-hmm.
I rather use the repair kit because in a
Right.
heavy tank, what the problem you're going to run into is that they will if they can't pen your tank, a lot of the times they will bust your tracks so that you
Mm.
can't move, and their teammates can attack you.
So it makes sense.
So
Hit him on the
yeah,
legs. Yeah.
yeah, disable them. If you can't damage them, disable them, and they're just a sitting duck out there in the open, and they're just
Mm-hmm.
going to get blasted by other heavy tanks.
Right. Makes sense.
So those are the 3 that I run: 2 repair kits and adrenaline to be able to reload faster. But you also have an automatic. You see, if your tank catches on fire, you need to be able to react quickly and select the repair kit to put out the fire, because the longer you wait, the fire is causing more damage to your tank.
Right.
So you lose your health, your hit points.
Yeah.
So if you want to minimize the damage caused by a fire, you use the automatic fire extinguisher. Extinguishes fire automatically, cooldown 72 seconds. Or you can pick a first aid kit, but that's all it does. I like the multi-pack better because you can use it to repair your track, because maybe, like it happened to me twice. I used one repair kit and then I got hit again, so I had to use the second one. So if you select these 2 down here, and you don't have any repair kits, you can be you're gonna get yourself in a pickle.
Yeah.
Uh, that is for heavy. For mediums and light tanks, if you're in a medium or a light tank, obviously you probably want to, since you can reload faster in a medium, light, or a TD, you don't need your adrenaline, so you can deselect that, and you can sell it and probably pick your engine power booster and 2 repair kits. That's how I would run a medium or a light tank.
Okay.
Because what's going to happen, you're going to have a smasher on the enemy team. He's going to be looking out for you from far away, from across the map, and he's going to hit you with high explosive, and that's going to cause a fire. It's going to blow out your tracks, so you're going to be a sitting duck there. I have a really good example of that. I did a battle with the smasher, and I believe it's this one. No, that might have been the one before, where I hit a light tank with HE, and it did a lot of damage. Might have been this map. Okay, I remember this battle. It's just so many that I saved.
Yeah.
But I remember this was another one where the enemy had 4 tanks and we had three heavies on ours, and they had 4. So technically, they kind of have an advantage. But being that I'm in the smasher, I can hold down this position here, and
Mm-hmm.
that will give my team the time that they need to pick off the enemy one by one. So I decided to load high explosive for the Tiger because he is in this position where it's very hard to shoot him, and I just got to be patient. And hold on one second. Let me. Uh, I forgot to do something. Uh, Sometimes you get players that are hot-headed and they say things that they shouldn't say.
Like me?
So they get upset and uh no. Let's see. Go back. I can fast
Let's
forward.
get this show on the road.
So there we are. And what I did, you can see the Skoda T45 back there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both right now in a haul down position, just like I am. You see I'm at an angle back.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in a haul down position in a heavy tank, it increases the profile of your armor. It makes it very difficult to penetrate it. So I have one back there, but I'm not worried about him because my teammates are back there.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go ahead and charge forward to see if I can spot someone else. So there I load HE, and boom, 358 damage, and I blocked 220, and I'm just going to back up while I'm reloading. I hit my adrenaline to reload faster, and I'm going to hit this Tiger again. Why I'm using HE? Because I don't want to take the chance in bouncing. And with high explosives, yeah, I hit the rock there.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
see
right.
that.
We've already killed 2, so they're down to 5. Block 210 there. So we have the advantage right now. So there's no rush and trying to get out there. 429, and you see I injured the crew. That is what's good about high explosive rounds. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient. And you see the mini map on the top left.
Yeah,
There's
I
my
see that.
teammates behind me.
Yeah.
So I'm paying attention to where the enemy is moving to. The ones in red, they're moving to the right side of the map on the mini map, to the right. And I'm holding down this position here because they're trying to focus my teammates behind me.
Yeah.
So there you go. One more down. Oh, missed another shot. That happened. It happened. Just gotta stay focused. Bounce to 220 there. So I'm gonna keep shooting him with high explosive. They're down 3 tanks and we're only down 1. There we go, 251. So it's very difficult for him to pen me at that angle. He has to come out a lot further. I'm trying to lure him out. I don't want to go all the way forward because the Skoda is off to the left there, and I have the Emil back here. That's a tank destroyer. 718 damage. 1 shot.
Wow.
With the high explosive. That's what I mean. He has no armor, and then he missed. I went forward. I seen that he was aiming in, and I moved forward, and he missed me. And I'm trying to do flash damage. It didn't work, but he's dead now.
Yeah.
High explosive, if you hit it on an obstacle near the enemy, the splash damage from high explosive can cause damage. So I'm gonna load
Enemy armor is
HE.
damaged.
I was kind of didn't know whether to use the heat or HE. Now I'm loading heat, and I'm gonna zoom in. You see what's not highlighted in red? I'm gonna hit the cap.
Okay.
Boom, he's done.
Destroyed.
What I did there is called I face hugged them. That's when you get face to face with the tank, so that it's harder for them to aim down at your weak spots. So what I did is I aimed up high and fend them with the heat shell, and there we go.
Cool.
And it's all about timing, strategy. Uh, you get into the moment, and you're focused on your tank, your battle, but you also have to look at where your teammates are at. Where is the enemy moving? How many tanks do they have left?
Yeah.
What tanks do they have?
All
And
right. Well, it looks
as you
like
can,
we've gone about an hour here. And
all right,
once again, the game is called World of Tanks Blitz, correct?
correct.
And you can get that for Apple, for Android, and for the PC.
Yes, the
Uh,
download is free, and it
okay.
is free to play.
Okay, so it is free to play. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be good for any of the viewers out there who want to download this game, you know, uh, that,
Yes.
it's free of charge. Yeah.
Yes, and what's awesome about it is that you don't have to pay to download it, and you don't need to purchase a subscription. It's free to play. You get free stuff and all different types of events. They have a Thanksgiving Black Friday event coming up, and you can download it. It will work great on almost any device, even a $50 phone. A
Wow.
$50 Android phone, it will work. You just have to set your graphic settings lower so that it
Yeah.
doesn't lag, but you still get the same good quality graphics, on the tanks.
On the
So
tanks. Yeah.
that's what makes it exciting.
All right. Well, definitely, it was an exciting new episode for our episode one here. We definitely enjoyed watching the game and watching you do battles. As you all know, this was our first episode for the Gamer Zone. We'll be back next week, hopefully, with a brand new episode with a new game. Don't know what the game is yet, but we should be putting an ad soon about what the next episode is going to be. So, Ramiro, thank you for coming on and being brave to be the co-host. Uh, I apologize if I asked too many questions, but you know, like I said, I just started playing this game last week, so I'm hoping to continue. You've given me some tips on what to do, so maybe later on tonight, um, I'll go ahead and try again. Um, for everybody watching, this was our first episode. In about 3 hours, we have Doug coming on, um, broadcasting the latest highlights for baseball as we head into the World Series. That's going to be at 8 o'clock Central Time. So everybody stay tuned, and we'll see you in 3 hours. Ramiro, thank you,
It
and we'll
was
see you next week.
You're very welcome. It was an
Uh,
honor to be on your show. Thank you for the invite, and thanks for everyone to tuning in. Hopefully you will download the game and possibly join the clan. We do have some open spaces available, and
cool.
maybe on the next review of if we do a second review of Blitz with the new event coming up, we
Yeah,
can platoon together live. So
yeah.
that'll be awesome.
Alrighty. Okay, everybody. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next